Let's look at converting between distance scales, specifically from the astronomical unit to the light year, or AU to LY for short. Here we're looking at the Orion constellation. It was posted on Astronomy Picture of the Day, June 23, 2019. Let's say we want to find the distance to this blue star in the bottom portion of the constellation of Orion, as seen from the northern hemisphere. And we want to find that distance in units of astronomical units, given the distance in units of light year. Now this star, this bright blue star, the name of it is Rigel. And if we know that the distance to Rigel is 773 light years, that's what's given to us, we want to find the distance to Rigel in units of astronomical units. Well, we need to know a conversion, so we look it up in Google that an astronomical unit is 1.5813 times 10 to the minus fifth light years. That's our conversion. Now we want to solve this problem. What is the distance to Rigel in units of astronomical units given the distance in units of light year? So we start with what we want. We want the distance to Rigel in units of astronomical units. So we equal that to 773 light years, as that's what we are given with. Now we need to convert out of light years into our unit that we want, or astronomical units. So how do we do this? So we need to multiply our 773 light years by a conversion. And so we go and look at our conversions and we see that 1 astronomical unit is equal to 5.813 times 10 to the minus fifth light years. So let's go ahead and put that in. So since we have light years in our starting point, we want to put our light year answer in the denominator. So we've got 1.5813 times 10 to the minus fifth, and our unit is going to be light years in the denominator. And then we want to put in the numerator 1 astronomical unit. So now what we're doing is multiplying 773 multiplied by 1 astronomical unit divided by 1.5813 times 10 to the minus fifth light years. And you'll notice that light years will then cancel and we're left with an astronomical unit on the top, which is the answer that we want in our units, astronomical units. Now how do we multiply this out? Well, let's first of all multiply the top. So we have 773, and we're going to multiply that by 1. We multiply the numbers. So how are we going to do this? Well, let's go to our Google calculator. So here's our Google calculator that we looked up in Google, and we need to multiply 773, multiply that by 1. And our answer is, of course, 773. So we go back and look at our equation. We took 773 and we multiplied it by 1, and now we need to divide it by 1.5813 times 10 to the minus fifth light years. So how are we going to do this? We need to get rid of this times button and replace it with the EE. So it's 1.5813, so we're going to divide this by 1.5813, and instead of the times, we're going to put the EXP key there, and it's minus 5. So we put the minus symbol and the 5, and then we hit equal. And now we get this very, very large number up here, 4883829. So let's go ahead and put that in. 4883829, and we have a decimal point there. 76488833829. 488833829. 4883829.7603, and our units are going to be AU. So we had crossed out our light years. We're only left with an AU in the numerator. We took 773 multiplied by 1 divided by 1.5813 times 10 to the minus fifth, and we get this very long answer. Now we want to round it. Notice that we've got 3 digits over here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits over here. Well, 3 is the smaller digit. So we want to try and keep it to around 3 digits, but how do we do this? We need to convert this into 3 digits. So what we have is we want to have 488. We for sure want to keep that, 488. Then we look at the rest of it. 83829, which is certainly greater than 50,000. So we will round this up. So it's going to be 488 and 89. And then we need to put our 10 multiplied by 10, or you could use the EE key if you want. Just put in E, 489E, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as our answer. And our units are going to be AU. So we can leave it as 489E5AU, or we can replace this E with a multiply and a 10. So the answer would be 489 times 10 to the 5th AU. So given that the distance to Rigel is 773 light years, this is also saying in terms of astronomical units, that's 489 times 10 to the 5th astronomical units. Or about 49 million astronomical units. So the distance to Rigel is about 49 million times longer than the distance between the Earth and the Sun.